Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever state, whatever country, whatever city that you are listening to me right now. My name remains Shofu Babalati Plus, and I'm from the Inside Radio. Whereas, well, this is not Inside Radio, we're just a partner on the show. And today is an amazing day again, and the monthly episode of the PCV Training Academy online knowledge sharing series. This is the segment where we bring experts from different sectors, different states, different cities to talk about strategies, techniques, and also developmental stages for your own business. And I'm sure your pens or your jotters and your journals or whatever is currently with you right now because you are literally going to be learning a lot of stuff and amazing things right here, right now on the PCV online training series. Well, before we go into and dive into the section tonight, well, let me first introduce what exactly are we going to be talking about today. It's all about vision and mastery. So we have an amazing guest all the way from the United Kingdom, Mr. Rotiba Emmanuel, an inspirational leader and a coach right now on the PCV Training Academy online knowledge sharing series. So you just have to just stay tuned till the end of the video. And if you're streaming or on YouTube, just go straight down to the comment sections. Let us know your name, where are you calling from, where are you joining us from. Let us know who you are and every single thing. And if you're listening to the show after the show, if you're listening to this program after the show, you can always write down your question and be ready. Be rest assured that the PCV training and digital team will be ready to answer each of your questions and your queries. So let's just dive into and just enjoy this amazing session tonight. My name remains Shofu Babalala Theophilus, and let me introduce you to engineer Dr. Pompey. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Well, you're welcome to PCV Training, PCV Knowledge Sharing, the series 20. This is the 23rd series. And not to take much of our time because my guest speaker is really ready for us. And as I said, the community, you said you want to see him live. I've brought him live for us, for you to understand what it means. This is a leadership. This is a leadership coach, and this is a focus coach. Is the same person, the founder of Design Your Life 360. If you want to know much about that, go to his Instagram page, go to his website. You'll get more of that. And he's also the principal partner of RHO Consulting. So he has done a lot. He's a leadership coach and he's also a public speaker. He has done a series of books and all that. But I want to tell you tonight, he has something for us. He has the package. When you want to know more about the leadership, if you want to know more about focusing, how to transgress, how to transform, all this thing is in his hand. He knows it at the He has all these things with him. So not to waste much of the time, I'm introducing, this is the series 23rd for PCV knowledge sharing. And tonight we have the one and only Rotiba Emmanuel, Ho, which is the full name, and that is the short form of knowing him. So not to talk much about him, but I've known more about him when we're talking about leadership, when we're talking about focusing. He's going to dissect it. He's going to bisect it and tell you the way it's going to look like. But if you have your pen and paper, get ready tonight. It's going to be short because if you want to know more about this journey, he knows it better because he started from the scratch and now he has gotten there. If you want to network yourself, to know more about the business itself, it's going to tell you the way it looks like. So, Mr. Emmanuel, I'm going to say now the table, it's now going to turn to you for you to introduce and let's see. And if you have any question, drop it in the comment section. We're going to read it out. He's going to answer you so that he can be focused to give us the little time he's going to share with us so that you can know and get more knowledge about what you need to know tonight about mastering and focusing. Execution matters in business. So he's going to give us tonight. So don't let me take much of our time. Let us listen to him. So Mr. Emmanuel, the table now, you can shoot. You have the table. You have the floor, please.
Thank you, Engineer Pompey. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the community for asking about me. I feel excited already to be amongst every one of you tonight. Honestly speaking, I had the mindset to make it brief. I don't know how I'm going to dissect everything here, but I can tell you, honestly speaking, I have a very huge pot of soup. I don't know how much
I
you can
know
eat,
that.
but let's go, right? So, like Don Engineer said, we're going to talk about vision and execution mastery, and this is something that is so pivotal for me at this crucial point in time and all. Being that it's a topic I resonate with so much, and I don't play with it at all for a bit. All right. So we will just move quickly at all. I want you to know, if you can listen to me very closely. I want you to know the four things that are important for you to move from vision to result. That's the VSER strategies. Now, the vision, the strategies, the execution, the results, and all. Oftentimes, Dr. Pompey, a lot of people want to have great vision. Ideation is important. Yes, I agree with you. But you see, ideas are all over the world. Ideas are everywhere. Nobody celebrates ideas so much anymore. What people celebrate right now is execution. And I mean, if you listen to Eric Thomas, he said, have extreme hunger for execution. And this is what I do. Personally, I tell myself, what are the values you put around your execution strategies that would propel you for the next stage of life? So, as a business leader, you have one decision to take. Once you begin to craft that vision in your mind, you need to look at the negative and the positive. You see, a lot of us don't want to talk about the negative because we feel it is maybe unscriptural, maybe not inconsequential, but I could tell you, the moment you begin to craft those things out of your head, begin to look at what can make you hit rock bottom at any point in time from achieving this vision. I tell people, when you want to build a solid business, you must put a structure around it. Oh, listen, you must put a solid structure around your business. And a solid structure around business as a business leader is the power to execute, the power to move from point A to point B, the power to understand what point A to point B would mean, and the power to understand the failures in those points makes you succeed. So, quickly, I'm going to drive you to my first point. Number one, to achieve a great vision and have a great level of execution, you must develop a mental picture. Oh, if you listen, you must develop a mental picture. What's a mental picture? Your ability to see and foresight what you want to achieve, even from day one, that you've not even been able to achieve it yet. Now, this is talking about you putting into perceptions, realities of what the future is going to be. Of course, when we are at the ideation stage, everything looks very interesting. Everything looks achievable, possible, interesting. I mean, give it any name you could call it. It looks as if it is possible until you enter that phase where you begin to see the reality.com. And I tell you, develop a mental picture. See, the power of your why. I tell you something. For a few days now, I've been reading a book on why. And you begin to realize that the day you hit rock bottom, your why will be tested. The essence for which you started anything at any point in time, the vision, the aspiration, the decision to even commence at all will be tested. It is not the function of will it be, it is the function of when will it be tested. Because it must be tested. It must pass through what they call the street credibility test. Because see, listen to me, no matter who you are, no matter what you're trying to build, and all, I always say this, whatever matters in life must be built. So build it. Now, if you focus on your why, the reason why you started at the first place, that is the foundation of your vision. Because you understand that there's a problem, there's a solution in your head. But now, how to translate that solution to result is what you want to demystify. So you have a duty to say, oh, how do I move from this point to the next point without having an August breakdown? And I tell myself, it's not as easy as people think it is, but it also has what I call the law of the farm. And listen to me closely. The law of the farm cannot be broken. The law of the farm cannot be broken. I want you to write that down. The law of the farm cannot be broken, because for you to get the harvest, you must plant. And if you stop at planting, then you will realize that you would not just get a low yield. You might not even get a yield at all, because at some point, locust or some insect or some whatever insect could come and devour whatever you have planted. So you have a duty in the process. So I always tell you, there is nothing as solid as the process of anything. There is nothing as solid as the process of anything. So first and foremost, you must focus on your why. Why did you start this at the first point in time? What is the essence? That must be settled before any other thing. Number two, what I want you to know is you must have a strong mindset. You must have a strong mindset. I'm going to quickly give you a quick story. I lived in Lagos, Nigeria growing up, right? I lived in Lagos, Nigeria growing up, and at some point in time, I was not comfortable with where I was and what I was doing and all. And this is my honest story. In the city of Lagos, Surulere precisely, right, I sold sachet water for my mom, all right? And now, I tell people, if you look at me closely, right now, I've been opportunity to travel around the world and all, and I travel at intervals to speak to young people, to speak to business people and all. And I said to myself, at that point in time, this was not what I want to be like. This is not what I want life to be like for me. I had a mental picture and I had a strong mindset. See, if you can develop that mental picture in your head and work towards it, it is achievable. I would never disregard the place of affirmation in my process. Every day I tell myself, oh, come on, I can, I will, and I must. Because I understand the price of success and I understand the price of failure. Failure is a big price for me to pay. Failure is a big price for me to pay. So as a business leader, you must begin to see the possible failure that could hit you and make you hit rock bottom. So what was my idea? My idea was simple. For me to get to point A, from point A to point B, this was what I must do. And I'm going to tell you some of those value systems I held as a business person. I held as a person who was trying to move from a point that was unsatisfying, that was problematic for me, and that was not in the sphere of what life should be for me. And this was it. Understand that once you have this mindset, a mental picture, a strong mental picture, the day you hit rock bottom, your personal conviction and your personal reinforcement will come to play. Because we all hit that point in life where we have some level of inadequacy, where we have those levels of, oh, I'm not sure I can go for this anymore. Oh, I'm not sure I can attain this anymore. But at some point in time, you must begin to realize, oh, this is what I should be. This is what my mind should be like. This is what I should be looking out for. You have to design it. It has to be something on head that you must look out for. Now, the next thing I want to see is, what value system do you need as a business leader? Now, I'll tell you number one. You must have what I call the FMP. A failure mitigation plan. Oh, yes. Please, I want you to write that down specifically. I want you to write down specifically a failure mitigation plan. What happens when you fail? Because at the place of vision, some of us don't even think of failure. Some of us don't even think of getting to that point where everything you've worked for looks cold. Do you have a failure mitigation plan? That if I fail, this is what I would do to myself. I used to do something very closely. I used to do what I call the RT, reflective thinking. And anytime I hit rock bottom, I go and tell myself, Emmanuel, you need an RT session. You need an RT session with yourself. See, it's you, yourself, and yourself alone first. I often say this also. I said, once you hit rock bottom, before anybody advises you, you know where the pain is. Before anybody says jack to you, you know where it pinches. You know where your business is unstructured. You know where your personal leadership is going down the drain. There was a point in time, I had to go back to hit the reset button. Why? Because everything I did was just looking very cold. I put in a lot of resources. I put in a lot of time and energy, and trust me, it just looked as if nobody's taking me serious. Nothing was really moving. I was almost discouraged. And that's the place where you begin to see that your level of resilience and your level of resistance to failure is being tested. So, what is your failure mitigation plan? Oh, if I hit rock bottom today, if I get to this place today, what will I tell myself? Because it is within yourself that you first get the highest form of solace to move. Within yourself, you first get the highest form of strength to move. So, what is your failure mitigation plan? And once you understand this, the next thing I want you to write down, please write it down. I want you to listen to me closely. The next thing I want you to write closely is what they call the SSP. Sometimes, some people don't know how to even sustain success when they get to the pinnacle of the success ladder. I'm going to say that again. You must understand how to sustain success when you get to the point of successful ladder. And this is what I mean. When you begin to grow into that space as a business leader, as a thought leader, people follow you. People adore you. People honor you. And a lot of people don't know how to sustain. That is when a lot of things begin to creep into some people's mind. You know, pride. Oh, my business is doing great. I am the best right now. People are patronizing my business. Oh, people love my leadership skill. People appreciate me. People honor me. I go outside. People say this to me. Oh, people commend my work. Oh, yes. People say, oh, Emmanuel, you're a fantastic speaker. Oh, thank you. Some people begin to use pride. Pride is a killer. Oh, pride is a killer. Some people would even message you on Instagram. They will snub you. You know, when you begin to attain some level of success, you must begin to watch out for some of those things because it's going to come. It's a function of how do you deal with it. Sometimes the breakthrough requires us to break free. I'm going to say that again. The breakthrough you requires you to break free. So you must begin to break free from everything that could kill and stiffen your ability to express your leadership capacity. Number 2 is the place of complacency. The place of complacency. I'll tell you honestly speaking, when you begin to achieve some level of success and your vision has taken flight, if complacency sets in, you think I have arrived. You see, that I have arrived syndrome can kill everything you've worked for in years. Can make even competitors, even people who you never imagined to meet up with you and surpass you. because you just feel, oh, I have gotten to that point already. I think I'm okay. And you think striving for excellence is not required anymore because in your mind, you've gotten there. Can I shock you? We never get there. Till you leave the hurt, you might never get there. You keep trying, you keep pushing, you keep going forward. I was listening to Zig Ziglar one time, and he said every day he understands that he has to pick up a book and read. In fact, I tell myself, my library, every time I pass across a book that stimulates my interest, I call the vendor, I say, give me that book. It might be just one line that piques my interest, but I understand the place of constant knowledge that I can't back down. And this is what a lot of leaders are losing up on. See, I tell myself, I wear a lot of shoes, all right. I lead a team at Root Consulting. I have an NGO called Hope. The DYL conference is an international transformational conference in Nigeria and other countries, right? And I tell my team when we have meetings, I said, the reason why I can't back down is because I can't let the spirit of complacency set in, because you all are looking up to me as a leader. I can't get to that point where I would fail, where your knowledge will be above the knowledge I have. I understand. I agree that it's okay to actually have your subordinate, giving views, drawing their perceptions, and all. It's welcome. I appreciate it. I love a very stimulating environment where somebody I'm talking to or my subordinates my team are telling me, oh, sir, this is what we want to do. And I say, okay, this is what I also, and we can share ideas together. I love it so much. But at the point where you begin to lose relevance is when they see that there is nothing that stimulates them from you anymore. And that's the place of complacency, the place where we think we are good. Now, the third point I want to talk to you about is the loss of honor. See, I'm a very strong advocate of honor. See, honor would open doors that you can ever imagine. In business, honor. In personal life, honor is a code. See, honor is a code that takes you from where you want to have a leap, that gives you maximum momentum for success. The people who have gone before you, who are doing what you were trying to build, do you honor them in their right, in their space? And I'm building something very big, a vision that is above me. But I know people who have been there, who have done that, who are in the space already. I acknowledge that fact that they are there. There are leaders who have gone ahead of me already. I honor them. You're trying to build a business or even your personal development as a person, as a leader. You want to disregard the place of honor. Oh no, you can't move far than the eyes and the aspect of your mind can carry. I'm going to say that again. You cannot move above the capacity to which your mind can carry. And what those who have gone ahead of you can do is to draw you into the space you have not had the opportunity to be. Because they've gone ahead of you, they've seen things happen. But you must get into that space where they are already. They must drag you in. So honor is a code a lot of people don't understand. Whatever you do, you have to understand that you must value the place of honor. Are you a trainer and you want to be? The first time I met Fela Drotoye, I hope you can hear me, Engineer Pompey. The first time I met
I can.
Fela, okay, great. The first time I met Fela Drotoye, I told him, I said to him, I said, FD, you have been a great admiration as a person from a distance. I am honored to be in your event. When we paid the value of the training, I paid double. And I told him how much I'm paying, and I told him why I'm paying double. And I said, I'm not paying because I have the money. I'm paying because there is a seed of honor for someone who has gone ahead of me, who has been in that space that I want to tap into. So if whatever you are, you must use honor as a code to propel you to the next level. Now, the next part I want you to understand is the power of your social capital. Or you want to build your vision. You're in the execution phase. You cannot disregard your social capital. Now, your social capital is not the money you have. Your social capital is not the ability and the resources you have. Your social capital are the people and the resources available to you to take you to the next level. Because you now have a vision, you need strategies. Now, one of the strategies to move you to as a business leader is your social capital. Now, what do I mean? The people that will take you to the next level. See, let me tell you honestly speaking, I've had access to places where my money cannot take me. The power of social capital. I've had access to places when I started my career in the development space. Out of the blue moon, somebody had always been go-to, had always been in space. I do things for him freely. And this is what he said. One day he just called me up, Dr. Pompey. He called me up and said, "Oh, Emmanuel, how are you?" I said, "Fine." He said, "What are you doing? Do you think you would..." I began my career in development sector about 10 years ago as a development specialist. And in the process, I'd worked for this person all through my university days. And every time I work for him, he tells me, "Oh, you don't even ask for money, you don't even ask for this and that." And I said, "I am happy to serve." It became among the persons who became interested in my personal development. And when it happened, when it was time for him to show up, understanding the power of social capital, it called me out of the blue moon. I'd always wanted my career to start in the local NGO and end up my career in the United Nations. And I tell you that my career started in the United Nations. I got into the United Nations on a platter of gold. Why? Because somebody somewhere understands that I have served in sincere capacity, and my social capital took me from the level where I was and raised me to the bar where I wanted to go. I had a mindset of 10 years from where I was. I got there within 6 months of where I was. Now, that's the power of the social capital. The people and the resources that you can get that takes you to the next level. Never play with your social capital as the person. As a business person, never play with your social capital, because these are the people that will help your businesses. These are the people that will help your life. These are the people that will help your personal development. These are the people that will help your ministry, your purpose. These are the people that will make you see the essence of leadership and all. So, talking about social capital, I want to do the 4 resources that you need to succeed as a business person. You need the resources of time, the resources of people, and the resources of money. I'm going to say that again. The resources of time, the resources of people, and the resources of money. And this is what this is what I often do as somebody who actually has a team that I lead. You must understand your strengths and outsource your weakness. I'm going to say that again. You must understand your strengths and outsource your weakness. Because whatever is your strength is where you can function without hassle, easily, no issues. But the moment you understand your weakness, you must put a structure that helps you gauge, that helps you cover up that weakness. As a speaker, I can't be everywhere. Oh, I'm always sometimes in the studio, I want to create content, or I'm in my office here, I want to create the content, or maybe I'm trying to put up one or two material to speak on an engagement, and I understood that, oh, hey, I can't be everywhere at every time, and I can't do everything. And I begin to put a structure around my operations. I begin to build a structure around it, so that while I'm not there, everything moves. That is the right structure. So you need the resources of people. Who are the people that can help you achieve? Are they within your team? Are they in your life? If you're trying to build a brand, who are the people that can help you build this brand? Are they family and friends? Are they people in the church? Are they people in the mosque? Who are the people that can help you build? So you must begin to identify, that's a strategist, the people that can help you build. The resources you have, social capital, you must begin to itemize those three things. Resources of time. Do you have every time needed? Like I said, you have to understand what to outsource, because see, we are in a time and period where everything is scrambling for our time. I almost got a nervous breakdown. I almost broke down because I want to do everything. I'm always, and I just said to myself, I can't be everywhere. I have to put a structure around things to make things work. And I began to put a structure around things. I said, I don't have time to do this. I'll pay for it for who can help me do it. That is where you need yourself money. Oh, I can do this myself. That is where I begin to do resources of time. Oh, I can't do this. I need somebody to help me, advise me. Even when I feel, oh, I have this idea in my head, I need to check it with somebody that can help me criticize it. Now, criticism is not a negative thing. There's what I call the holistic criticism. And as a person, you must begin to understand the place of holistic criticism in whatever you do. I ask people, those are the people, the sorts of people, do you think this can fly? Do you think this? And I begin to speak to people who are in that space that can help me achieve. Now, if there are 5 successful people in a room, you are the 6th person in line. That's how powerful the resources of people can take you from where you are to the next step. So that is one fundamental strategy that you must understand. The third point, whatever you build with people. When I began DYL, Design Your Life, I began to bring some people on board. And you know why? I said to myself, what is the essence of being a CEO without a result? Why can't I be a COO? Or why can't I be a co-owner, a co-founder with high level of productivity and results? Business is all about solving problem and all. A lot of us want to be called business leaders. But rather than actually saying that, okay, let me bring in a partner to help me achieve this thing because he has an idea. We want to be called the owner, sole owner of an initiative, of an idea. I tell you, why can't you be a co-founder? Look for somebody with you and say, oh, I want to give you a share. Let's co-found this thing together. It is my idea, but I need results. A lot of business leaders don't get results in 2, 3, 4, 5 years of starting up a business, an initiative, or whatsoever. Whereas when you bring somebody into your space who has a technical know-how, maybe you have the resources of money, the person has a good technical know-how and is involved as a co-owner, his ability to help you move that vision from where it is to where it wants to be is almost 100%. Why? He has a stake, he has something to lose. Whereas all you just want to see is that this thing moves. So you must understand the power of people that you must build. And while you build, you must build with people. Dr. Pompey, how many minutes do I have left?
Okay. Oh, you still have like 27. That's close to like 30, 33 minutes.
33 minutes. Oh, beautiful. All right. So I can keep shooting. I'm always very conscious of time. That's why I was asking. All right. Thank you. Now, what I want you to understand, what I want you to know is your ability to get dirty. A lot of us want to come clean. We don't want to soil our hands. We don't want to get dirty. You can't play it clean. You can't play it clean. I don't know what you want to achieve. I don't know what your plans are, but I can guarantee you, you can't play it clean. I wanted to play it safe before. I wanted to be a speaker, and I wanted to do it clean and safe by taking out some things. I said, oh, I don't want to get myself involved in this. But you see, idea is a clean job. Idea is a clean job. I'm going to repeat it to you again. Idea, I want to write it somewhere down. Idea is a clean job. Execution is dirty. Did you hear me? Execution is dirty. Because I tell you, when you get to the point of execution, you have to fight in dirty. You have to go in with the mindset that I lose, no, I win or I win. There's no losing in this aspect. And that also applies to our personal lives. We go in with the mindset of playing safe. There's no safe playing at this point in time. This is what life means. Life is going. Every day is going. Now we are in the month of March. We are in the month of March. What have you achieved with everything you said you were going to achieve this year? You can't play safe and play it clean. You have to play it dirty. Go in and get the dirty work done. Go in and get the dirty work done. Dr. Pompey, I'm going to be very honest with you. When I thought to myself, I am tired of where I was. In the city of Abuja, at some point in time, I worked with a vendor who was doing event management. I'm going to tell you a quick story. To survive, to get things done, I washed plates in parties. I sold sachet water in Surulere in Lagos. I up water in Bode Thomas on my head for my mother. You see, the power of vision is simple. When you have a vision, when you have a mental picture, when your mental picture is strong enough, when you have the ability to conceive an idea, your ability to execute and strategize will give you results. Today, you can't see me and see me watch. You can't see me and see that, oh, this person has done this before. I went dirty. I went in there and I watched everything I could watch. I did everything. I said, whatever is legitimate, as long as you bring me money and I'll do it right. I said, but I guarantee it, I would not use this capacity to raise my kids. It was a deliberate decision. I would not have my life go in this direction for my kids. Why? Because I understand what I went through. I've gone through it already. I would not allow my family or my kids to go through this. And I paid the price. It takes just one individual to change the story of a family. So whatever you want to achieve, I tell myself it's possible. Now, the question is, will I fail? Maybe. Will I succeed? Oh, yes. Failure is not a negative thing at some point. As some people say, it is a bridge that takes you to the success you require. So the moment you fail in the process, have it as a test of the process. And for That is why we must begin to build our level of a strong mindset. The moment the devil attacks your mind, he attacks everything you have for a productive life. And this is when you begin to say that, oh, you begin to tug down on yourself. And that is where the power of affirmation comes in. I never joke with the power of affirmation. Years back, this is what I do. Even till now, sometimes I take myself to a nice park. I do what I call the RT. I said it in my opening. What I call the reflective thinking. I write it down. I write down the strategy. If I fail, what will I do? I write down the list of things that I would do in case that's the idea I'm trying to. And sometimes already patterns and failure, but it's said to be part of life. Have you agreed that this aspect of life is here? So I'm going to tell you that if you must put yourself in a space, for great execution, you must go with deep down, dirty in the soil. Get it point? You can never see a farmer who is trying to plant and reap wearing a canvas and trying to just go passively to do what they call the planting time. Oh no, I've never seen. A farmer will go with his hoe, will go with his cutlass. He's gonna clean up, he's gonna prune, he's gonna weed out, and he's gonna plant. He won't stop there. He's going to nurture, and weed out at intervals everything that could make that plant die off. And that is the point of execution that we must understand, because vision and ideas are all over the place. If I ask all of you today to write in on the chat box if you've ever had an idea that you've not acted upon, I know we're going to be a lot of people. Because idea comes to us every day, and this is it. I want you to know that the moment you begin to see yourself in that space and you go in the rudiment of the job, you begin to get things done. So for you to get dirty, you must plan, because the moment you plan, you must act. Planning and action are two strategic points to get dirty. And it's as simple. Sometimes we feel we need a lot of things to act. No. We just need to act by sharing an idea and placing it in the action box. Oh, move with this thing. Write this letter. Write this. I told my team recently, I said to my team, I said, we need to get a letter out to the embassies for collaboration. We've been having nice ideas for a long time. Let's even have some level of rejection. We know we have done something. See, there is something they call good rejection. The fact that you wrote to a place or you took an action and they communicated back to you is enough momentum to tell you that you are on the right path. So act on that thing. Vision leaders, thought leaders, I want you to take action on whatever you have as an ideation. Oh, you must begin to take action massively. This is what I call extreme hunger for productivity.
Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I could see from the comment, someone said that that means idea is everywhere. Can you elaborate more on that?
Okay, what I mean when I say idea is everywhere, yes, ideas comes to everyone at every point in time as long as your mind is open. Somebody can come and say, "Oh, I want to build a robot that can talk to humans, a robot that can speak back to humans, a robot that can do services." They come in form of ideas, but if you never take action, it will keep as an idea because nobody acted on it. Where it needs to move from ideation to execution is that point where you get your hand dirty to start doing the thing. And I tell you, the moment you start, it's going to hurt. That is the place you must understand. It's going to hurt because the moment your resources start going out, it will hurt you. How often can it be when you begin to put your money in businesses that you don't see the result instantly? Because it's the law of the farm. Every business you do, everything you do about life, you must understand the law of the farm. You must wait for it to go through the process to yield results. And that is where a lot of people don't have the patience to stay to the end for the result to come, because we want quick fix. Everyone wants quick fix now. The world is so fast. People would say, "Oh, this adage that talks about that the book, right? People judge the book by its cover." Yeah. Nobody want to go deep dive into the book to see the content, even if the content is rich. People just see the cover and decide by themselves already if it's useful or useless. And that's how life is beginning to be. But it's the idea of quick fix. You can never have a quick fix for life. You can never have a quick fix for personal life as a business. You can never have a quick fix. Why? Because there is a law, there's a principle. That principle can never be broken. I have never seen anybody who has planted today and reaps tomorrow. I have never. I don't know if Dr. Pompey, I don't know if you have seen anybody.
I'm yet to see that.
Absolutely. I have never seen anybody that will plant today and reap tomorrow. I have never seen. And that takes me to talk about the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. Every time I try to take up a new initiative, a new business, a new idea, I tell myself about the Chinese bamboo tree. And I said the Chinese bamboo tree is being planted. And for 5 years, it is under the soil. It doesn't spring out. The 5th year and the first 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. And somebody asks a question. Please, can you put in chat box if you know? How many years, how long does it take a Chinese bamboo tree to grow? Because 5 years, it is planted, it doesn't come out to the top of the soil. But in 5 weeks, the day it comes out of the soil, 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. So the question is, does the Chinese bamboo tree grow in 5 weeks, or is it that it grew in 5 years? It's something we need to retrospect about, because the Chinese bamboo tree grew in 5 years and 5 weeks. Why? For everything you do today that takes you to the next level, you are sowing a seed. For the water you put today that you're not seeing the result, you are sowing a seed. For the idea you are toiling on, you are getting pained about, you are sowing a seed. The day it begins to grow and give you result and fruit, it is not that day that it begins to give you fruit. It has been in the pipeline for that long year of time. And that's why you see some people tell you in business, skill, for what I learned, maybe within 5 years or 10 years and all, I didn't just learn it within 5 years. I have mastered the art of using this skill in 5 years. And I can do it. That's why I can do it in 3 minutes. And that's why for people who I never underestimate the power of people doing business. I never devalue their capacity. When people say, "Oh, you are too expensive," people don't ask me one day. I said, "Am I expensive to come and speak?" I said, "No, I'm not expensive, but I'm not cheap." And the reason is this: for everything I done, I took a course and all. I took a course, and I know how much the course cost me. I told my friend, I said, I'm trying to go into an academy with one of the best speakers in the world, Eric Thomas and Jeremy Anderson. It is $2,500.
Yeah.
It is $2,500 I have paid to be in that circle of global speakers around the world. Why? Because there's a price for greatness. There's a price to take you to that momentum you want to build. So the moment you begin to pay that price, I said it before, it's going to hurt you because resources are leaving your pocket and going out into the thing you need for life. So as a business leader, the moment you begin to take your capital out of your own personal pocket, because of course, if you're building a business, you must begin to take out your capital and put in the business. At least give it maybe 1 year or 2 years, or just for it to gain some level of stability. It's going to hurt you. But do you understand what I said in the beginning? Why are you doing this? You must reinforce your commitment to your why. Why did you start at the first place? Are you in business to make money, or are you in business to solve a problem? And the funniest thing is this: those who want to be in business just to make money alone, right, end up not making as much as they anticipated. But those who are in business who understand that there's a problem here, the moment I'm solving a problem, I am making my money. When I go to schools to speak to some of these young students and people say, "Oh, they don't budget for schools. They don't have money in the schools. School do not give." I said, in the school, there's what I call anti-bullying programs. There's what I call the PBIS. There's what I call the emotional and social intelligence. And these are things that schools are investing in massively to do. And so the question is, if you say, "Oh, they don't have money," a school came to ask me to come and speak in Nigeria, and I said they're going to pay me 500,000 naira to speak to their students. "Oh, I want to be on a retainership with them." I told them, "Okay, this is what I'm going to charge you." I said, I'm not expensive, I'm not cheap. I can do it for free if I want to. Yes, I can. But there is something called value that I'm putting on the table, and in exchange for time. So what are you giving? What problem are you solving? Now, a very important point I want you all to know there is this: when you fail, you're not starting from the scratch. When you fail, you just have understood that there is a way it would not function. You're not starting from the scratch. So a lot of us get afraid to even start that vision in the first place. That's why we don't even get to the point of execution. We only start, we only envision, and we strategize. Like I said, 4 things: vision, strategies, execution, results. A lot of people do not even get to the point of execution. They stop at strategies because even the fear of failure has captivated them and put them behind the scene of what they want, what they can achieve. So I bet you to do it afraid. I know you could be afraid that, oh, you will lose your money, but do it afraid. That is why you're called a business leader, because your ability to take risk will be tested, but not any kind of risk, a calculated risk. So when you fail, you're not starting from the scratch. You're starting from the point that shows you that there is a way that things should not be done. Now, what I want you to understand in achieving your vision that you have crafted in your execution phase is have deadlines. A lot of people don't think, oh, I'm going to start, I'm going to just finish. No. If you don't set deadlines for yourself, you will just see that you just probably. I told myself, oh, this year I want to have a conference. I put a date to it. I put a time to it. Every time I go to my bed, I pick my diary, and I look at it. The dates keep reminding me that you have set a date. I've told my accountability partner, oh, this is what I want to achieve. And every time they will remind me, oh, you said you want to achieve this. What was the plan? That propels me to say, oh, I must go to the next step. Establish a sincere deadline. You must set and celebrate milestones. See, the honest truth is, I know we see the vision in our head. The vision is so interesting. Dr. Pompey, it's easy to see a vision in your head and say, oh, this is what I want to, this is where I want to get to. I want to take PV, I want to take PCV to this level of business. I want to take our level of clientele to the next level. I want to go international with our standard. But guess what? You must begin to celebrate milestones that you achieve every day. While you focus on the goals, you must begin to celebrate milestones. And what milestone does is that when you set milestone that says, oh, from point A to point B, milestone 1. From point B to point C, milestone 2. From point C to point D, milestone 3. When you hit milestone 1, you can say, yes, I think we are doing good. What that does is, you see, the mind can be tricked, according to Zig Ziglar. You can trick the mind to go in the direction you want it to go. You can tell the mind, this is how I want you to react to situations of life. You can that is your ability to take control. So the honest truth is, I will tell you that, oh, this is where I want to go. So, but the moment you set milestones, you begin to see that your life begin to go in a certain direction. Milestone 1 you've achieved. That reinforces your commitment to your vision. That reinforces your commitment to the goal. You begin to see that.
Emmanuel, sorry to cut you. I think someone, Tokumbo Mariam or Mary, Maria, he said, sir, talent and passion, which one should come first when starting a business?
Dicey. Right. Now listen to me closely. Passion doesn't pay bills. Passion doesn't pay bills. I want you to write it down. And why I said this is this. Sometimes you might be passionate about something, but it doesn't pay the bills that you need to sustain. It's good to be passionate about something, but I tell you, go where your capacity, your talent is. You see, even when people say, oh, your skill and talent will make room for you. Because why? You can do it effortlessly without anybody saying. You can do it effortlessly. It's not something you can refine your talent, right? You can groom your talent, all right? So if your talent brings in the paycheck, start with your talent and transit to your passion. Because if you want to go through your passion and your passion does not pay your bills, at some point in time, you might see that you fizzle out in time. Let me share a personal story with you. I think I was at that point in time. Yes, I was in that position one time. I was so passionate about speaking. I always speak for, like I said to you, I'm in the development sector. I started my career in the United Nations. All right. I do that. I do a lot of development work and all. And I said, I want to be an international speaker. So, but I knew that a lot of time people will come and tell me, oh, you speak so well, come and speak for us. I speak for free. And when I begin to ask for fee, nobody comes. But I knew that I need to channel my resources. Remember, if you were with us when I said talk about the resources of time, the 3 resources: people, resource of time, and resource of money to achieve a vision.
Money.
Right. Money is important. Don't let anybody deceive you. Money is critical. Capital is important. You cannot achieve anything. Don't make it. It's not evil to want money. It's not evil because a lot of the things you will do will be built on the capital you need, and it's just how life works. So you must begin to prioritize your capacity, what you can do effortlessly, your talents, passion. If it is something that drives your passion, if your passion can put food on your table, fine and good. Let's go with your passion. But in my case, I will tell you, passion doesn't pay bills. Whatever pays your bill, hold it first. Let it have a solid foundation. Then push in through your talent and sustain your talent until your talent begins to pay, until your passion begins to pay your bills. Thank you. All right.
That's well understood. Very, very understood.
So I said before, set milestones and it's important. Perfection is not the idea about the idea about perfection is this. A lot of people want to be perfect. Don't be perfect, because you can never get it all. Just dare to start and do it afraid, if you will. Just start up at the first place. Start, let people correct you that, oh, it was not right, it was this. Just start it up. Whatever it is, start it up. No matter how crude it is, start it up. I did a webinar sometimes. I said, I talked about from crude to pro. A lot of people feel it is demeaning to be called an amateur. I said no. When I started, I made people understand that I am starting out as a public speaker, and I am starting out on this note. I am starting, and I need help to get to where I want to. It is no pride. It is what you need to tell people. Start where you are, from crude to pro. Every professional person today started as an amateur. Am I correct? Every
Yes.
person today who is doing great in his field started as an amateur. I was watching a documentary about Michael Jordan. He was talking about his failure. He said he has failed a lot of. He said he failed a lot of personal one shot. They had so many basketball games where they gave him the opportunity to take the last shot that makes them win. He failed it. He said he had a lot of failures, and that is why he succeeded. That taught me differently. If one of the most world celebrated basketballers of the world said that the reason why he succeeded so much is because he has been able to embrace his level of failure, you cannot do different. And that is why you must understand the place of failure. But why? Failure cannot hold you down. So you must begin to reinforce your commitment to it. All right. Now, courage is the next thing I want you to have as an individual. Courage is not the absence of fear. All right. But courage is your mindset and your ability to face your fear and face it squarely. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's not because I'm courageous, I don't have any fear in me. Oh, even the best speakers in the world, when they climb up the stage, some level of phobia comes to them. I've been speaking for almost 15 years now, and every day I climb up the stage to speak. It just happens because you are in a room with people who you don't know their background, you don't know how knowledgeable they are, you don't know how good they are, you don't know the level of knowledge they have, even if they probably might be knowledgeable than you. So that fear will set in. But that is where you actually have what they call the mind stage control as a speaker, and you begin to align your points to what you want to deliver as a message. So no matter what you want to achieve as a business, as a leader, as an individual, that fear comes to play. But it's not the absence, courage is not the absence of fear, but your ability and the mindset to face your fears and face it squarely. Lastly, before I close, I want to tell you something. If you must get results, if you must get to the pinnacle of success, if you must be in that space where other people are, I want you to do something for me. Look out for people in the sector, in the spaces where you dream of going to. There's a saying that says, if you walk in the line, if you do what others, where you are going to, right? If you do what others in the sector, in the space of where you're going and the vision you have are going to, you will likely achieve the same result. And I often say this, I repeat it again, there is no new thing on the surface of the earth. everything around the earth is revolving. Innovations are revolving. I pick an idea from Dr. Pompey, I innovate it, and I recycle it, and I put one or two, three additional points to it to make it a new idea. So
there's no new thing, and there's no new thing.
exactly,
Keep recycling it. Keep
there's nothing
recycling.
new under the sun. So don't begin to skill your head for innovative ideas. Oh, I want to do something, and I see some people say, "Oh, the first ever, the first this," and they realize when they do a lot of research that somebody in the 19th century have done XYZ before.
Yeah,
Is revolving, is revolving, is revolving. Leadership is about influence, but the most principal leadership is your ability to lead your own life. When your life becomes a testament for people to follow, you are not just only influencing, you are helping others pivot and create a path for their own destiny to move. If you must build with people. And if you must build, let the foundation be solid. Resources of people, resources of time, resources of money.
money.
Thank you very much and have a great day.
Yeah. That was a very short one because I know you have a full pot of it's loaded. But if we keep going, and my from the back end, they've started waving me that a 1 hour. But I know if I want to leave you, we won't leave here tonight. But that was a very insightful one, which I believe if we need, if they still the community still need you, they will have, because I have some comment chat from the back end. You can scroll to those comments. Some people are asking
Okay.
for your contact, how they can reach you. They want to be more. But I will pass on to that one to our community. I will drop it on the WhatsApp group. Don't worry how you can reach him. He's on his Instagram, Andrew. I'll drop it with you if you want to have a direct contact with him. I will drop it with you. And someone was even asking, okay, can you go where someone said he's talking about is I think it's a politician or thereabout, Mr.
Okay.
Tunde Cole. Mr. Tunde Cole asked a question. Back end, can you go back to that comment? Maybe Mr. Emmanuel can quickly dwell on that too. No, go back to where Mr. Tunde Cole asked a question about politics or something. If you can hear me, you need to stroll back. Okay, why is strolling there? Because there's some question. The last person, okay, Tokumbo Mariam just asked a question. Can you go back to the last question that was just being hashed down? And the question is, he said, you just made it. Okay, that's the question highlighted. Can you just touch this?
Okay. Just been a valid point. How can someone overcome fear? I'm working on my speaking skills, but I can face the crowd. Please, is it I can't face the crowd?
The crowd. Please help out how you did it.
All right. So this is so simple. Well, maybe not so simple, but the honest truth is, like I said to you before, some people have what I call the stage fright and called the phobia, right? But the honest truth is, when I began to speak and I began to face a lot of crowd, by nature I'm an INFJ. I'm a recluse person. I have a great level of intuition, so I don't really do public things before now. That's to tell you my background as an individual, my personality type. All right, but I realized this is what I really wanted to do. And people ask me, "Are you an INFJ?" Because if you look at the INFJ traits, there are people who are shy, who are always laid back. All right, but I began to see that okay. I need to break this cycle, all right? And I begin to do this when I face the crowd. I give myself a space to breathe. I do what I call the interlude. I throw in something very subtle to the crowd that makes me feel okay. All right. When I come into the crowd, or I could give them a teaser. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can hear. Yeah, you're on now.
Okay. So it's some of those things, I begin to throw in an interlude that says, oh, this I compliment somebody or make them feel good about themselves and the rest of them. And this is how it is, how easy it could be, how subtle it could be for maybe to begin to grab a crowd. Number two is what you could do to keep out stage fright is your ability to understand the crowd and what I call crowd management. All right. When I come into crowd spaces and all, and I look at them and all, sometimes initially I won't look at faces. I begin to look at the top of their head. I look at the top of their head so that I don't have physical contact with anybody and make me look as if, oh, I know. But over time, I move from that level to looking at maybe one individual, complimenting that person. Oh, you look good. Or what's the name? Something, just an interlude. So your audience would define how you would relate to this. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question. So begin to look for something subtle within the crowd or within the people that you could just throw in that helps you, that releases your tension. Like I said, fear and phobia, even till now, anytime we get up to the stage, as long as there are people you've never met before, you will see yourself panting. Sometimes I just tell myself, Emmanuel, take it easy. These are people you want to give a life message. They need it. And you cannot perform under duress. You cannot give them your message over anxiety. Immediately I do what I call the self-talk, the power of self-talk. Everything begins to diffuse. All right. So it works like magic. It's just internal. I begin to tell myself, in my mind, Emmanuel, give them your message. They are waiting for you. Nothing happens under duress. So you can also use the word of affirmation. All right. You may not want to say it out for them to hear you and see your murmuring, but you might want to say it inside your mind, and before you know it, within a few minutes, forget about it. The moment you climb on the stage, you will have that phobia. But the moment you begin to engage with one person from the stage, or compliment something, or look for a joke. All right, look for a joke that you feel resonates with your audience. I'm sure if you are speaking or you're facing a crowd, you must have known the kind of audience they had. Or look for a joke that is going to be like an interlude that will just diffuse the situation. The moment you speak and all, the fear diffuses. The moment the fear diffuses, you start up your message. Thank you.
That was a good one. And to add up to that, like myself, some people, they will tell you they are, I'm the shy person. I'm not the kind of person that I talk. But the moment you said you are a speaker, that you have it in you, note it well. Even Rotiba, I was under his one of his lecture too, one of his lecture. See, you can't control all the crowd. Don't think you go to the crowd, you want to speak and you want to carry everybody along. No. If you can pass your message just to one or two people, you are successful. Don't have it in mind that all the person in the whole hall, you want to bring, you can't. Because there's some people, their problem is even beyond your own. So what you are delivering, the moment you can, God might send you to one or two persons from the hall. So far you can win those people and they gain from you, you've succeeded. So don't think, if I get there, I have to take everybody. That's why sometimes the fear comes in. Because you don't even know the knowledge of the people you want to go and meet there. So calm down, look at yourself, and deliver what you want to deliver. But the main thing I do when I get to the stage is just like what he said. I even like a personal contact. Take someone that's looking at you, smiling back to you. You can concentrate on that person and start delivering.
True.
Because if you look at someone that is frowning on you, that thing comes up from you again. It seems what you're saying is senseless, but it's not working. But it's not like that. There's some people that have that facial look is just always strong. They're just strong. So find a very convenient person that looks at you. But if you can't do that, Mr. Emmanuel just mentioned it. Look above your head. The same thing I do. I don't want to look into their face. I just want to pass my message. But you will know when. That's why I said you need to mirror your audience. The moment you're getting feedbacks, you see something that comes within you you start bringing it out. You resonate back. But when they're not giving you what you need, please try to find a way around it. Sometimes you can even have a break. If you see that you're not getting feedback, but sometimes we call ourselves speakers, you're saying things and people are not resonating, people are not getting it. Quickly think about what is going on. So for a speaker, you need to just build that thing. It's within, build it. And another one we have a question from the Facebook. The question is, it said, can you explain what is social capital?
Okay, like I said before now, that your social capital is the liquid capital that you have that helps you build whatever you're building. These are the resources of people.
Cash flow. I think what they want to understand is it the cash flow.
Oh, okay. So social capital is not physical money. All right.
Better. I think that
social capital is not physical money. Social capital is a resource in people. Is your ability to use that to your advantage to get your business or your life together. Like I tell you, businesses thrive on people, solution to people, solution to people, referral to people. Even your personal visions thrive through people. When I began some of my personal vision I had in my head, I had people I went to tell them. Now, social capital has the ability to take you into places your money cannot take you to. So, social capital is what the people in your circle that can help you achieve beyond the physical cash, the physical currency in your account, in your hand, and all. So you must, even when you have money, you must build your social capital. For me, that is primary and that is key. If you are a person, I met somebody recently and the person said, oh, I don't go out, but I want to do, I want to build a career in this aspect and all. And I said, I read the statistics, all right, about career in the world. A chunk of the careers of the world comes by referral. And I'm going to prove it to you. Now, for some of you who are career professionals, right, if you go to LinkedIn, you would see a button that says easy apply. Now, a lot of people around the world, a lot of people will just go to easy apply and apply directly to those jobs. But they don't get results. They don't call them back. They don't get any opportunity to get interviewed. Now, a research was done that said most people who get jobs around the world, juicy jobs, are people who use the power of what I call the social capital. And what do they mean? When you see a job, you see easy apply. You also see on that job the hiring manager. Now, the power of social capital says, message the hiring manager and introduce yourself personally and say, this is who I am. I am Rotiba Emmanuel, and I saw this opportunity. I would love to work with you. This is who I am. Socially, casually, you have introduced yourself. If this person is interested in your profile personally, he would go and look for your details and shortlist you for that job. That person has a higher chances of getting hired than somebody who just went to the job and do easy apply, even if his certificate or his credentials are super good. So your social capital is important. Okay, I think I have a question here. What is the difference between social capital and networking? Whoa, I'm going to tell you, Maria. The honest truth, Dr. Pompey, you see, there's something I stopped doing with networking. I was in a Future Forward forum recently where we actually had some very respected people in the society and all, and some queens and the rest of them. And it was meant to be a networking session. I want to use this scenario to analyze and answer your question, Maria, right? Social capital are the people in your life. Networking is a different ball game. Sharing of cards, complimentary cards to people at events and all is almost, it still works, but almost outdated, because there is no networking without a proper follow-up and without bringing that person into your circle. Now, a lot of people just think networking is just, oh, share your card. I can tell you a chunk of the card, complimentary cards, you can see them.
They don't use it. They throw it away.
They throw it away. I stopped asking for cards. Rather than asking for your card right now, I would ask you, what pages are you? And see, let me tell you about business. For those of you who are business leaders, when you get into a networking a space, all right, the best way to make a person within your network become your social capital is this. When you meet people for the first time, I don't ask them that this, I don't introduce myself and say this is what I do or this is what I can do. I ask them what I can do for them. I meet you at an event, I'll tell you, what do you do? How can I be of help to what you're building? That stimulates their interest, that says, this person is interested in me and helping me. That moment, you have keyed that person into your social capital space. Because why? You have told the person you are a potential helper, or you are a potential client that can help you take your business to the next level. All right. So now, when you get into that space, all right, you ask the person, how can I help your business? What can I do to help you achieve your objective? What can I do to help you in your building process? What can I do to help your business? How can I be of help to your company? The person, if he has your card, would call you. If you have the person's card, you can define if the person is important to you. When you will text the person, he will respond back to you. I've seen people who would exchange card, and the person you will exchange card with, you will text them, they don't respond to you because they don't see anything that stimulates them to you.
Relevant. Yeah.
They don't see any relevant to you. You exchange cards quite all right, because some people are in that space whereby when you say, oh, do you have your card here? They just want to, because they have a pile of this card, plenty in their bag. They just bring it out or in their wallet and swipe one to you and say, take. This is my card. And you say, oh, chief executive of whatever holdings, chief executive of this and that. Oh, fine. When you get home, you make it, you send a text. No response. They don't see anything that stimulates them to you. But the moment this person says, I say to this person, what can I do to help you build? What can I do to refer a client to your company? This is what I do. How can I be of help to you? When you message, oh, this is this person, or we spoke about how I can help you become, or how I can help your business. This is who I am. We met at this event. Nice meeting you. I can guarantee you are 95% sure of getting a response back from this person. Because why? There's something that stimulates you guys together.
Yeah,
that is the
real activity.
There's the commitment. That is real networking. So now, to answer your question, the difference between social capital and networking. Social capital are the people in your life already, the people in your space who believe in you, who understands you, who know what you're trying to build, who they're your go-to persons that can refer you. Imagine you not having the right capital to start up a business, and you ask somebody in your circle who is very influential that introduces you to a manager that releases funds for you. That's the power of social capital. Imagine you trying to get into the household villa to project your business or a proposal and you don't know anybody, and you don't have the resources to maybe how do I put it, to get to that level of submitting your proposal to a very high stakeholder in the society at all. And somebody within your circle says, oh, I know this person, I can introduce you. Imagine you actually having a company, and then they refer your company to maybe Dangote that says, oh, PCV does training in XYZ. All right, they are very good. You want to try them out. That is the referral. That is the power of social capital. Networking is just a one-day engagement. It takes a lot of stimulation and interest for you to convert a networking session into a social capital.
That's a good. That's a real point. Wow, that's a real. I believe Tokumba Maria. I believe you. I believe you're okay with that explanation, which is very explicit. The way he has explained, but networking, it's good, but social capital is very important because you need to even understand the kind of people you have around you, people that you can
Yes,
call on. It's very, very important. So I believe Mr. Emmanuel has really done that, and the time is well spent. We still have some questions, but if we keep going, I don't think we'll be able to leave here tonight. But maybe I can take one more. Okay, can you still take one more question? Why we call it a day?
absolutely.
Because the same question coming from Facebook and others in Instagram, I don't think we can. I think we'll still bring you more. I think they are really loaded, but tonight we can't exhaust you more. If they want that,
Yeah,
I'll drop your handle on our page, on our social media page, our community page. They can reach you direct and get more because this is not a
absolutely.
paid. This is not a paid section. He's doing this for community and all that. So we can't exhaust all. There are some things I keep telling you. I'm a trader too. There are some things if you want to get more, you need to pay for it. Knowledge is
Absolutely.
not is not cheap. It doesn't cost cheap. So I
I
believe
tell
you all
people,
have.
I said that information is everywhere, but transformation is not.
He's not. He's not. You can see information about this question you are all asking me. They've been throwing questions, but we can't ask all this. We are going too deep. So the last question that I will take out of all these questions is someone is asking, what can you advise about partnership? Someone wants to he said, what can you advise about partnership?
All right. Quickly, I'm gonna quickly dive you through a quick story. Recently, I started up a media firm, a global media firm, a communications and development media firm, and also our focus is corporate media and development communications. And I love media so much. All right, I've always wanted to go into the media space as a business aspect, and all. But I realized that I needed a more higher level of technical involvement because it is not my area of discipline, but it's an area of interest for business. But there's someone who I know who has this area as his area of discipline that understands the nitty-gritty of communications and development communication. So I did what I partner. Now, there are different level of partnership. There's joint venture. There's normal partnership where you actually just there's MOUs and the rest of them. And now, if you must partner, it has to be mutually beneficial. And that's why I said, what is the essence of being a CEO without any productive result? Why can't you be a co-founder or a co-owner with a higher level of turnover? See, this is the problem with a lot of people. I wouldn't want to say Africans, but I want to believe some persons, maybe non-Africans, also have some of this perception because I have mixed with a lot of friends who are even abroad in the United Kingdom, in the US, in Serbia, in Amsterdam, and all. These are all places that I've been to. I've had my friends who are doing businesses and all there. And I say, why would you want to be a sole owner and you don't have anything that can help you push through, and then you struggle? But if you know someone who has a technical capacity that can be mutually beneficial for you, you have the resources and you have the ideas, right? This person has the technical know-how, to the go-to people, and all the requisite skills, right, to transform what you are trying to build. If you bring them on board, they become passively involved, and they might not show some commitment. Any day, one day they are in, they are out, they just give you some little hints and all. They might not give you the full brim of what you need. But let's say you offer to them and say, oh, I want you to be a co-founder. This is what I'm trying to build. I need somebody. I can't pay you at the moment and all, but I can give you XYZ shares on this scale up. All the big tech firms you see today, I'm sure you know of Flutterwave, you've heard of Opay, you know of all this. A lot of these guys understand that one person cannot achieve this alone. So that's why they go to see for venture capital through ventures platforms and all these places, because they feel, oh, why would I just struggle with an idea when I can actually partner? And so if you must partner, it has to be mutually beneficial. It has to be beneficial to you who has the idea and the partner who you are bringing on board. There must be a stake for each of you. There must be something that ties the commitment of both parties together that ensures that result is achieved. Because what the essence of going to partnership is that you see results for whatever you're trying to build. So if that is not achieved, that is when you have what they call partnership dissolution, when you begin to dissolve your partnership, because if the reason why I brought you on board cannot be achieved, and when you begin to draw your partnership agreement, it will be stated there reasons why you would dissolve this partnership, and all everything will be stated there. So I feel partnership must be mutually beneficial, and you must think it through and know also, does this person have what it is? Does this person really have idea of what I want to build? If he has the technical know-how and the capacity to be in that space and to be a partner, why not? I would rather be a co-founder and have a co-founder with me if I have an idea than be the only sole original owner of an initiative or a vision without results. I want to see results after I'm in business. I want to see results in my personal life. I want to see the results in the initiative I'm bringing on board. I want to see results in things. So result is what I want to see. Result is how I want to, is what stimulates me. So in as much as this is what stimulates me, whoever can help me achieve, let's play the game. Come on board and let's do it together. That's the essence of partnership.
All right. I believe the person that asked the question will be okay with this. And the time is well spent. We can't go on and on anymore. The questions, I will give you his handle. You can drop it in a DM. If he has time to answer you, he will. So don't let us drag him more than more. It's meant to be 1 hour, but we'll spend 1 hour, 30 minutes. So thank you, Mr. Rotiba. I know you are ready to go on and on, but this is not a paid section. It doesn't come cheap. It doesn't come cheap. So let us know that we are doing this to assist and everybody to make. PCV is doing this. We call it free knowledge sharing, how to give back to the economy, how to give back to the public what we have. I can't take it home. I tell people, if I keep doing it, that sometimes you mentioned it, that you've done free and free and free. Sometimes I've done it before. I keep giving it free, but I made it this is what I'll give out. So if I give it out, if you want to go another step forward, you need to now come pay for that section. We will not get forward. You now go more deeper. But what you've gone tonight is just the tips of the iceberg. If you want to know real about Mr. Emmanuel, the founder of the Design Your Life 360, just go. As you all know now, I will drop it in the WhatsApp group. Go follow him on Instagram page. He always do it free. So some of the free things that he does on his page, you can join it. So if you want to know more about him, go follow him up on his LinkedIn and on his Instagram handle. You get more of it. But tonight, I can't ask any more questions. He has done best for us, and I really appreciate your time tonight. Thank you very much for coming on board. We really appreciate the opportunity, and I hope the next time we call you, you will definitely answer us. I could see someone said, "Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. I love your section." That's it. So a lot of people keep saying they drop different messages that they appreciate the section. So we are all happy. He is happy. We are happy. So this is what we are talking about. So it's all about win-win. But if you want to do more, you can equally call on him privately and he will attend to your program. So I know that we want to go more, but we can't go more. The back ends, they've already signaled to me that don't let us exhaust our speaker. He has done the best for us. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. This is PCV Training Academy, the knowledge sharing. I'm Engineer Dr. Pompey. I'm the CEO and a business growth coach and a cleaning expert, a cleaning coach. I left engineering. I left I left an engineering oil company to become a cleaning expert. And today I can tell you I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I can go on and on with this. So tonight we don't want to spend more. Next month is another month that we're going to bring another great speaker, another great entrepreneur, another CEO that will let us know deep things that we need to know about our business. So tonight, I appreciate everybody coming on board. You can still go back. Anybody that missed some of the part of this thing, you can go back and rewatch it. It's still on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. At this point, I will bring in SB to close the day, to close the program for us. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night day. SB. SB.
Hello, good evening. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful session right here, right now on your number one PCV online training series. And I'm sure each and everybody has learned one or two things. And like I said earlier on, your jotters, I hope you have them already, right? So if you are listening on the show right now, please note that this program is being supported and sponsored by the Ronchels PLC, and also the media partner is Insight Radio. Insight Radio is an online radio station that is dedicated in creating awareness across different sectors, across different states, across different cities. We talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about family, we talk about pest and pest control, we talk about environmental solutions. So you can always go and check us out at www.insightradio.net. Listen to amazing news updates every morning, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., and other events and programs live on Insight Radio. So thank you very much for staying tuned for the past 1 hour. This is 1 hour of almost 40 minutes right now. So I really appreciate your stay. Do have a wonderful night rest and happy new week. My name is Emmanuel Babalola Tufilos, SB for short, the founder of Insight Radio. And thank you very much, the PCV group, for this amazing partnership. I wish you guys have a wonderful night rest. Thank you.